You keep calling this the Chinese virus. There are reports of dozens of incidents of bias against Chinese Americans in this country. Your own aide, Secretary Azar, says he does not use this term. He says ethnicity does not cause the virus. Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not racist at all. No, not at all. It comes from China. That's why. It comes from China. I want to be accurate.
About Chinese Americans
please, John. Please.
The aides behind you. Are you comfortable with this term?
I have great love for all of the people from our country. But as you know, China tried to say at one point, maybe they stopped now, that it was caused by American soldiers. That can't happen. It's not going to happen. Not as long as I'm president. It comes from China.
On August 25, 2021, I made a video that I uploaded to YouTube called DARPA, connected with Moderna, the cv-19 jabs. If you haven't watched this video already, I highly recommend doing so if you want more background information on the topics discussed in this video. You can find all the links and references in the description and comment section of today's video. For years, Trump has kept insisting that the origins of the COVID-19 virus can be traced back to Wuhan, China, and that China is responsible for trillions of dollars of worldwide geopolitical and economic damages that have been caused by COVID-19. But what if that isn't the truth? In the media, Trump has repeatedly called the COVID-19 virus the Kung Flu, the China virus, and the Chinese virus. But if the origins of the COVID-19 mRNA biotechnology can be traced back to the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency located in America, then only the Most High knows if DARPA is also responsible for spreading the COVID-19 virus in the first place. That would make DARPA the COVID-19 arsonist and the COVID-19 mRNA biotechnology firefighter.
Dr. Peter McCullough is a respected American internist, cardiologist, and epidemiologist. In addition to his many duties, he also manages the cardiovascular complications of both the viral infection and injuries that developed in patients after receiving the COVID-19 injection. He has dozens of peer-reviewed publications and has commented extensively on the medical response to the COVID-19 crisis. He has reviewed thousands of reports, participated in scientific congresses, group discussions, and press releases, has testified before Congress, and has won numerous awards during his distinguished medical career. As one of the world's top experts on COVID-19, Dr. McCullough has shown his great strength of character as he has upheld his oath and has provided his patients with the best possible protocol for treating respiratory illness in spite of government threats and malfeasance. We are very grateful that Dr. McCullough is able to share his story with us today, and on behalf of everyone here at Action for Canada, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to Dr. Peter McCullough. Well,
so I'll stop here if you want to ask some questions. I can give you some brief news updates.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm wondering, we refer to this as a vaccine, and many people said it's not actually a vaccine. It's not a traditional vaccine. Well, what's your opinion on that?
The origins of the products actually are from the U.S. military. A lot of people don't know this, but if you go on the U.S. Department of Defense, DARPA is the research arm of the military. DARPA has a program called ADEPT P3, stands for Pandemic Protect Preparedness, and that program was started in 2011. So our U.S. military said they were going to use messenger RNA technology to end pandemics within 60 days. So it didn't come from Operation Warp Speed or President Trump. It didn't come from Pfizer and Moderna or the pharma. It actually came from the U.S. government. And BARDA funded research along with the NIH division, BARDA, and they funded the university that takes most of the credit is University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. They basically had worked on the SARS-CoV-1 virus to make it more lethal and invasive, and it became SARS-CoV-2. It's all laid out in research grants and in publications, 2 key publications in 2015. First author, Menicheri, clearly describe all the steps. The military is working on an asset, which is a biological threat, but also an answer, vaccines and monoclonal antibodies. They also did that for anthrax, smallpox, monkeypox. So this is part of the biological weapons development. But the origin of the products is from 2011 forward.
I'm back on the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency website, specifically on a page about COVID-19. I'm going to scroll down the webpage until I find the subtitle Treat and Prevent. Be patient, I'm going to spend a few minutes reading over some material from this webpage. DARPA technology contributes to preventing future COVID-19 infections through novel vaccine technology and more pervasive environmental aerosol monitoring, and to treating the disease through novel antibody treatments, rapid drug discovery, and domestic active pharmaceutical ingredient manufacture. ADEPT P3. As part of the ADEPT program in 2011, DARPA began investing in nucleic acid vaccines. The hypothesis was that rather than delivering antigens to the immune system, we could deliver genes that encode the antigen and allow the human body to produce the antigen from its own cells, triggering a protective immune response. In December 2020, former ADEPT performer Moderna's RNA vaccine received FDA Emergency Use Authorization (EUA) approval for the prevention of COVID-19. In fiscal year 2016, DARPA initiated the Pandemic Prevention Platform (P3) program aimed squarely at the rapid discovery, testing, and manufacture of antibody treatments to fight any emerging disease threat. P3 convincingly demonstrated how to find and manufacture antibodies in less than 90 days versus years, using influenza, Zika, and MERS as test cases. As the COVID-19 outbreak began early in 2020, P3 research pivoted to address the novel coronavirus. I'm back on the Moderna Therapeutics website, specifically the webpage that concerns partnerships and strategic collaborators. As you can see, Moderna has collaborated with the biopharmaceutical companies AstraZeneca, Merck, and Vertex. Please be patient while I quickly read over two excerpts from this webpage. BARDA, Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Authority, is a U.S. Department of Health and Human Services responsible for the procurement and development of medical countermeasures. In September 2016, we received an award of up to approximately $125 million from BARDA to help fund our Zika vaccine program. DARPA, Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, is a research and development agency of the United States Department of Defense, responsible for the development of emerging technologies for use by the military. In October 2013, DARPA awarded Moderna up to approximately $25 million to research and develop potential mRNA medicines to primarily support our vaccine and antibody programs to protect against chikungunya infection. If you want to read more about DARPA's Pandemic Prevention Platform, P3, which launched in 2016, from the perspective of Dr. Amy Jenkins, I'll post this link in the description section of today's video. Lastly, if you want to read more information about DARPA's ADEPT program that launched in 2011 called PROTECT, Advancing National Security Through Fundamental Research, I encourage you to download this 3-page PDF document to your desktop. Please do read the entire PDF document as it is very informative. Again, I'll post this PDF document link in the description section of this video.